Ara Ara.
Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of season 4 of the Ara Ara Channel. And with me today is my usual co-host Amy. Hi Amy.
Hello, guys. Hi.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. We have both been busy.
I like that pause. Yeah, because to be fair, our episode 1 was recorded after my Japan trip, and now it's already 2025.
Yeah,
How are you, Amy?
I'm fine. I'm still kind of busy. I'm working on a short film for the MEFCC, joining the film
Oh,
competition. I have a sort of crew together already. I'll be shooting this coming weekend, but I'm still looking for two more cast members. So
oh,
it's a little
okay.
difficult because the film does involve kids,
Kids.
and yes, I've casted the two already. It's just
Mm-hmm.
two more kids, and yeah, it's a little difficult because right now it's usually the period where they have their mock exams.
Mm.
So yeah, it's more of the availability of these kids. So that's that. But how are you?
I'm okay. I'm just trying to think what happened to me in the past few months. I've just been watching anime. Whoa, anime!
What what anime have you been watching?
Right now, I am trying to watch Doctor Stone, the latest, like the
Season.
last season, because I think there's gonna be new episodes coming up. And then I
Mm.
started watching Sakamoto Days, and I so regret watching it because it's an ongoing anime.
Ah, yes. I have
I was like,
started watching
dang.
Sakamoto Days, but I'm only on episode 2 or something. Like it was
Because
just
girl,
to
there's
put
only
something
two
on.
episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's ongoing. So I watched it last week and it's just one episode. And then second
Ah,
episode is this week. That's why. So
okay. See, no,
yeah.
I am not considered because I'm watching many things, so I didn't even know there was only 2 episodes. So I was just
Yeah.
like, okay, time to go to sleep. I didn't
Yeah.
really.
So that's that. And then I also started watching K drama again. I don't know, for some weird reason, I just got hooked into the trailer from Netflix. Even Sakamoto Days, I just saw the trailer from TikTok. So yeah, then I started watching it, and then now I'm watching another K drama. And yeah, that's basically it. Just work as well. But okay, before we proceed, we haven't recorded an episode in a long time, so we have forgotten how to do this stuff. So guys, please do follow us on our social media at the Ara Ara channel. We do have a Discord server and also a subreddit, which is UAE Anime Community. And also, we have an
Mm.
ongoing partnership with Otaku ME where you can get a 10% discount when you use the code OME Ara Ara. What else have you been doing aside from the film? Like I remember we
Um,
discussed you being a commercial model.
yes. I think the last time we recorded, I did the city center shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said that I was an assistant director for play. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
at that time, I haven't mentioned, I did a commercial for Yes Island. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if it's out yet, even. I really don't know. I have also done the McDonald's commercial. So, like, so for that,
Crunch,
like, I know
crunch,
it's been
crunch,
out.
crunch, crunch.
Yeah.
That's the ad, by the way, guys. But
Yeah, that
anyway.
is the ad. Like I appear before you can skip the ad. So according to what I've heard, the thing
Yeah,
is like I only knew it came out when people started telling me. Like for example, City Center commercial. You sent me a photo because you're very frequent in the movies, right?
yeah.
And then you sent me a picture that the City Center
Girl,
commercials. There's
a video. I sent you a video like,
yes,
no.
it was a video. It was a video. So yeah, same with the McDonald's. Like, I still get messages like, "Is this you?" And I'm like, "Yes, that's me." Because like one of my friends also told me the person looks like you, but it doesn't look like you. I said, "Yeah, I honestly look very washed up in that commercial. Washed out. Sorry, I look very washed out
Yeah.
in that commercial." So yeah, I feel like they should have thickened the makeup, but it is what it is. But yeah,
But the stereotype with Filipinos, it's always the karaoke. I was like,
yeah.
okay. Fine.
Yeah, the thing is with the casting call, it doesn't even say that you need to know how to sing. Okay, so it's like the casting call just said like, oh, we're looking for a Filipino whatever. So I go for the auditions, and then they ask me to sing, Anyway, and then they use our real voices in the commercial because there's different versions of the commercial, and there's one where you can hear our actual voices. And it's like, what if I didn't know how to sing? And I don't. And the thing is, during the audition, the note that they made me hit was different from the note that I had to hit during the shoot.
The
It's
shoot.
two different notes. The note they asked me to hit during the shoot, I didn't know how to reach it. So, like, that's why it sounds the way it does.
I've only seen that part of you singing like once out of all the commercials that I've seen so far. Because like they're doing it in rotation, right? Like there's one in
Yeah.
the desert, one in the newscaster room, and one in the karaoke, as far as I can
Yeah.
remember. But I've only seen that once. What
So,
else?
yes.
I'm trying to remember what have I done the past few months. Honestly, I'm just coming up with blank. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I just had my braces removed. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
my braces anymore. So imagine how long the gap between the episode 1 and episode 2 is. And yeah, the main thing that happened to me was Japan. But also the past few weeks we've been attending events here in Dubai, which
Yeah.
was the Hobby Nation and what was the other one?
We
Popcorn.
went to popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah. And we attended a quiz night in Hobby Nation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hey, we did well. We did well. We were one of the top 10 or something out of quite a few.
out of 10.
Yeah. Out of 10. No, no, it wasn't out of 10. There was
It's
quite a
okay.
few. It was quite a few groups.
Yeah, I think maybe
Yeah, it
80
was,
or something.
I don't know, but there were a lot more because it was up till the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
when I put the
okay.
papers, it was a full stack.
A stack. Mm,
Yeah.
okay, then that's good to know that we're not, down there.
No, no,
But yeah, it was
no.
it was a fun quiz night that was hosted by Nox Voyager, Kevin from Hobby Nation, and
Yeah.
what else?
Who
What
we'd
else did we
hopefully
do?
have as a guest soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a guest soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we started talking, and then we attended another quiz night recently, but that one is not about anime or popcorn.
Oh, it was about traveling. We didn't do too bad with that either. Okay, so like out of 57, 50, some 50 plus groups, like almost
Yeah,
60, we ranked 21st. But also we lost a lot of points by very silly things. Like we knew the correct answer, but
but we pressed. Yeah,
we would press the wrong thing, so the wrong letter, because you would, let's say, what is the capital of this song, and they'll play a song, and the song is Budapest, the title of the song is Budapest, so that's Hungary. And instead of pressing, and they jumble up the letters, so we would press like the wrong thing, and it's like, oh, but we got the correct
and not
answer.
only juggling the letters. The thing is, they confuse you with the city and
City and
country.
country, yeah. So let's say
Yeah,
first they're like, oh, what's the capital city of this? Oh, what city is this in? What city is this? And then what country is this in? So you're still stuck on looking for the city in your head, and you
city.
press the
Yeah.
city, and then it's like, oh, the question said country, but you know what it is. So it was very silly little things, but we ranked 21st out of like 57. So
Imagine sitting in a table filled with ex Emirates employees.
we had
But
to
to
we
be
had
fair, it's an Irish bar, so I was thinking like maybe most people here works for the Emirates anyway.
Oh, yeah, no, most of them were cabin crew for sure. But yeah, so
Yeah.
our table wasn't special in terms of working in airline
Yeah, true.
industry.
I remember now what happened to me during the month
Mm.
that we couldn't record. I moved into a new apartment.
Oh, yes. Very far
Girl.
from your old apartment. Very
Yeah, very
far.
far.
Across
Very
the
far from
road.
work. Yeah, very far from work too, across the road.
Across the road. So
Because
like this
before it
was,
used to be in the same road.
yeah, this was her place. This was her workplace. So it's in the same lane. Now she has to cross the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
So
So it's
it's
far.
far, guys. It's
Yeah.
really far.
To be fair, before my steps is only 1,000 steps per day
Now,
from work to home, and now it's 3,000. So it is farther, okay?
yeah, that extra road.
So yeah, there's an extra 2,000 steps that I am completing on a daily basis, huh? Now it's 3,000 out of 1K before. So it's a good change. But let's see if
Congratulations.
I will still, yeah, let's see if I will still like my life after summer.
Oh yeah,
But I
summer.
think it will still be fine. But I
Yeah, because you're
mean,
not going like in the morning when the sun is up in the sky, and you're not going. And then by the time you get home, it's night already.
yeah, but girl, don't underestimate the nighttime summer in Dubai.
That's true.
So it's still okay. fine. But
Mm.
anyway, so yeah, that because I was really trying to remember what did I do the past few months. And then I now started not going out more because I was like, I need
I
to
will
pay my
enjoy
rent.
my rent.
I will enjoy my rent. Whenever someone will ask me, "Oh, what are you gonna do this weekend?" Enjoy my rent. So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, but speaking of quiz nights, I really wanted to attend a quiz night that's specifically for anime because
Mm.
most of the time it's mixed, right? Like mixed pop culture. What else? Um, TV
Games.
shows, movies, games. I just wanted to have one anime quiz night that's, just anime. But the thing is, I'm not sure if there will be a lot of people who can join or who will attend. I don't know. Just an idea. Because like if it's pop culture, then there's a bigger audience, I guess.
I mean, I think, especially with the community that was there, a lot of them were looking forward to the anime questions. So there would be, yeah,
It was
there
a
would be an
shame
audience
because we
for that.
couldn't answer the anime
Hey, hey,
questions.
hey, hey, hey. We got them
Hey,
right.
hey,
We got them right.
not all.
Yeah, not all. Like we got an 8 out of 10 or something. Like relax, it's fine.
Are you sure it's 8 out of 10, not 5
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
10?
No, no, no. It was not. It was not.
Okay, just making
Because
sure.
that was still the second round. Because the
Which
third
one?
one, in the quiz night. Because there were
Okay.
4 rounds, right? It was still on
Mm.
the paper where we scored a lot. Because the
Okay.
first round we got everything correct, and then
Yeah.
the second
Second
round
round,
we
it was
got like
okay.
2 or 3 wrongs, and then the third and fourth that was not anime anymore.
Yeah, actually. That's where we flunked the
Yeah,
most.
yeah.
Yeah. Too bad. But anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward if anyone will want to, do an anime quiz night. Because I heard that they did a Japanese quiz night last time with Japan and
Yeah,
Arabia.
they did, and a lot of people had a hard time.
Yeah, because it's
No,
all about Japan.
but even in this quiz night, right, with Hobby
Mm.
Nation, when they on the fourth round they had Japanese questions.
Bonus
People,
question.
yeah, people had a hard time.
What is Naruto made out of? Like the toppings from ramen. And we were like, rice cake? And then there's only one who got it correct, and she's Japanese. It's from fish. It's like, okay, that made sense. Okay. So yeah. Oh, I remember. So we were talking about anime that we have watched recently, or I have watched recently. Girl, finally I've seen Your Name.
Yeah, congratulations.
And you know my reaction?
Mm.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know why I told you it doesn't. I kept telling her, guys. I kept telling her it doesn't end sad. You'll not be sad. She's like, no, no, I don't have the mental capacity. What mental capacity do you need?
Yeah, mental capacity. Cause see, the ending that was it. Like, girl, okay, another example, okay? Because I watched this with Norvin and some other few friends via Discord. So yeah, again,
Hmm.
guys, join our Discord server. So we watched it on Discord, and they were all anticipating for my reaction because every one of them have already watched it, and I'm the only one. Like they were egging me to watch it. Like, yo, watch Your Name when, like this. So I was like, okay, let's
Mm.
let's let's do it now. So we watched it, and then I remember when I was in Japan, I took a photo in
In the
the
staircase, yes.
staircase, right? Like everyone is saying, like, "Oh, it's so iconic," blah blah blah. So I thought that staircase will have a huge thing in the movie.
Mm.
So the watch, and then I was like, "That's it? They only saw each other on the staircase, and that's it?"
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I swear.
See, because you put your own expectations on it. You kept putting it off, thinking,
Am
I don't
I
know
the
what you were
one?
thinking.
Am I
Yeah.
the one who put expectations, or you guys? Because you're like, "Oh, what's your name? You should watch Your Name."
Yeah, because you're putting it off for no reason.
I don't know. I just didn't feel like it. Just see, the thing is, I've watched Weathering with You first before
I
Your
didn't
Name.
like weathering with you that much.
Same. That's why I was like, if this is the standard of Makoto Shinkai films, I was like, maybe I wouldn't, because when I was watching it, I was with Dale, my friend. They were saying like, "Oh, that guy is from Your Name." Like they were giving,
Yeah,
like
they
they
have a
were saying there were
cameo.
Easter
Yeah.
eggs, yeah, cameos. So they were like, "Oh, you should watch it too." But I didn't like Weathering with You much, so I was like,
Yeah.
you know and I think the problem with me is I kept mistaking Your Name and Your Lion April in my head.
Ah.
That's why I kept putting it off and kept on saying I don't have the mental capacity for that right now because it keeps getting switched in my head. But I think that's the only thing. But otherwise, it's like I don't know. And it's so weird the part where they were doing the sake.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
okay, it's a tradition in Japan, fine, but not my cup of tea. So, literally. So yeah. Have you watched any anime recently, Amy?
uh no, I don't think I've watched any recent anime.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. But okay, moving on to the next topic. I know we're all over the place, guys. The anniversary of Ara Ara is coming up soon. It's actually a month from now because our recording date is 26th. So yeah.
Yay!
How many years has it been? Is it 3
Three?
or
Yeah,
4?
three. Because
No,
we
we
have,
started in, when did we start? 2022. Yeah, it's 3 years. Imagine, I keep getting confused.
yeah. Oh my god.
Anyway, I hate my how my mind works sometimes. So let's move on to the topic of the episode because it's already been 20 minutes and we still
Mm.
haven't even reached the title or the what do you call this, the topic of the episode, and it's all about anime villains.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we will talk about different anime villains, what do they like about them, what we hate about them. We were planning to do it as a listicle actually, like we will rank our top villains. But
Mm.
this girl in this recording, Amy, she's like, "Oh, have I watched that? Oh, I don't remember." Because okay, fun fact for everyone, we did record an episode before with Vish, another friend of ours, who was also a guest in season 1 of Ara Ara. We recorded an episode with him, which is like the best and worst anime villains. But the thing is, his audio was so bad, we had to just scrap the episode. Although it was a really good episode, it's just that it's unfortunate that the audio was bad and we couldn't re record it anymore because, you know, sometimes the things that you have said in the episode were so good you cannot just replicate it,
Yeah.
right? So now we decided to do another recording of that with just me and Amy. And I was telling her, girl, these were the villains you mentioned. And she's like, oh, I don't remember. I said, yeah, you even mentioned Dio from JoJo. And she's like, oh, really? Did I? And what did he do again? It's like, girl, excuse me, what do you mean?
Yeah, because no, okay. So I think I've mentioned this a few times in a lot of episodes. I don't have the best memory. I really don't. Like, I will watch something and then I'll forget that I even watched it. So the fact that I even remember watching something, it's like congratulations. And then it's extra points if I actually remember stuff like random facts from the series. Like for example, like BoJack Horseman is my favorite series of all time. Like I watch a lot of shows. I watch a lot of. I just watch a lot in general, but I will still and I rewatch BoJack, and there are still episodes where I'm like, oh, I don't remember that happening. So, I mean,
And when I was trying to juggle her memory, like, girl, I told you these were my top villains. Let's say Pain from Naruto. I mentioned few names, Meruem, and she's like, "Who's Meruem again?" It's like, girl,
and we've had a lot of discussions about Hunter x Hunter. That's why I told Vivs, I was like, I really feel like there are people who think I don't watch certain things. I just have to rely on the witnesses that were there with me. Like, no, she really watched. It's
like
real.
Nico,
She's just.
reminding you, like, yeah, we watched that,
We watched it at
and
the
you're like,
cinema
huh?
together. What are you talking about? Ah, really? I don't remember. Yeah. It's so bad. I
No,
also
but
forget friends. So like it's fine.
yeah, one of the many things that that's wrong with Amy, I guess. Because, like, okay, another thing about you, whenever I would message Amy, she will not reply. She will just look at it. And bonus points, if she remembers to reply, it's a haha emoji. She will just react. Haha.
I
Not not
sent
type not type the haha, huh? It's just the
the
haha emoji, the
emoji.
laugh. Yeah.
So I sent Vivs this morning, and another friend. I sent it to Vivs and another friend. That another friend messaged me. It was it said something along the lines of, um, why like how dare you reply to me with a haha emoji? I'll haha emoji you on your funeral. The one who sent me that was
Exactly.
Mohammed. He was one of the ones like he so Mohammed is a colleague of mine. Well, was a colleague of mine.
Mm.
And then like when we first let's say around the first month where we started to become friends and all of that, he finally like because you're friends like okay you can tell each other things a little more
Mm.
and feel a little more comfortable with that. He was like, Amy, You're toxic. I'm like, why am I toxic? You don't respond. You just put.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how Amy is as a person. Like, I swear. Like, I will type a very passionate story, very passionate stuff, and she will just like either heart react or most of the time haha react. But it's okay. I think it's a tie between us because you also send me a lot of memes, especially on TikTok, and I see
I
them
sent you that
maybe,
months later.
yeah, months later. Like
Yeah.
the story or the reel has already been expired. The laugh, the idea, nothing, and I was
It's
like,
not
oh, I'm
trending
sorry.
anymore.
Cause see, guys, it's overwhelming whenever I open TikTok and I will see 36 new messages, and I was like, these are all just TikToks. I have to watch them one by one, 36 of them. It's like, no, then it will keep on piling up. So that's what happens. But yeah, next time I will open my TikTok. But that's the only thing.
Mm,
Otherwise, I reply to you on all platforms. I
yeah.
try my best. But yeah,
But I forgot who sent me this reel. I forgot, but it's like it was an Instagram reel, but it's something along the lines of like tag that friend or tag that friend who's like um there was a certain term, but it was like they're so talkative in person, but then once you're not with them anymore, like you can't message them. Something
yeah, that's you. Yeah, you send it to me as well, huh? Let me just remind you. But it's complete opposite for us because you're the one who's talkative in person, but I am talkative in chat. Like I feel like
yeah.
I in chat more. Because for me, whenever an idea comes in my head, I just need to send it to someone. Like for example, you and Norvin, I keep on
Mm.
bombarding you random times of the day about my thoughts. But okay, anyway, has been too long. We need to go back to the topic of anime villains because it's like how many minutes?
Yeah,
And we haven't
I'll
discussed
talk
anything
about
yet,
what I remember from these villains because
which is one.
which is like one
What I
thing.
mentioned, Dio.
It'll be like I don't remember. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's just congratulations.
Okay. Okay. So let's start with this. I wanted to ask you first, what is the difference between being an antagonist versus being a villain?
So it was kind of like what we discussed last time, right? Like it an antagonist doesn't necessarily have ill intentions. They are
Okay.
they're an antagonist to the person that we're following, the protagonist. But it's
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily that they're bad. They can have a
Mm-hmm.
point. They if maybe if we were following their side, the protagonist would be their antagonist. But a
Mm-hmm.
villain is someone who has the intention to harm, who's actually bad for
Yeah.
so and so reasons because they are actually bad.
Yeah. I feel like a story's villain can be an antagonist, but not every antagonist is a villain or needs to be a villain, like needs to be, as you said, inherently evil or something.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now, the reason why I mentioned that is because there are few protagonists who also becomes an antagonist towards the end. Like let's say for example, Light,
Mm.
right? Like Yagami from Death Note. He's always mentioned in these topics because he's technically the protagonist. We're following his story, but at the same time he's also the, I would say,
Antagonist of
antagonist or like the villain of the show because like he's the one killing people. Like
yeah.
morality wise, you'll be rooting for L more than Light,
Yeah.
right? Something like that. Who else aside from Light? Eren. I mean, I think it's safe to
Eh,
talk about this now.
yeah. Yeah.
It's been a year, so
Mm.
guys, it's on to you if you still
Mm.
haven't watched the ending of Attack on Titan. But I think
Mm.
Eren will also fall into this, that you're the protagonist, but at the same time you're doing something super evil towards the end of the show, like with the
Yeah.
rumbling.
but but it's also with the intention of future good. Yeah, it's like Code Geass, right? Where he made himself the bad guy for future good to happen.
Do you think the end justifies the means? Because like the thing is, Eren is killing like 80% of the population just to keep the alien people, right? To keep them safe.
Mm.
So he is killing 80% of the population for the 20%, which is technically his intention was good, but the means wasn't good.
But it's
So do you believe
also
in that?
but it's also the 20%. Yes, it is the 20%, the 20% that's left. But it's also for everyone to have a common enemy and get together, and
Mhm.
it builds. a better society for the future until again they eventually end up fighting each other. Da, 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 da. But when you have a common enemy for the greater good, it's sort of, I guess it does. I think that's the whole point of stuff, of like certain philosophical thoughts, right? Like utilitarianism. Like, is killing one person okay for the good of everyone else? Not necessarily. It's just a matter of perspective at that point.
Yeah, because I was thinking like there were even scenes that you can see it's kind of morbid, but like a kid being stepped on, a baby, and then
Mm,
there was a part where I think they were in a valley in Attack on
mm,
Titan, and then they were trying to kill the aliens, and because like they were all running away from the rumbling,
mm.
right? And then
Yeah.
when they found out that there were Marlians and aliens in that certain area, they started picking up guns and like trying to kill each other. And I think who stopped them? I think Jean
Mm. I
stopped
don't
them,
remember
something like
also.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my memory is also a bit blurry, but I just feel a bit conflicted with the end justifies the means kind of thinking. Trying to remember a few more. Do you remember any villain that's just pure evil? Like, man, you're just evil. You're just chaotic, you know? Like you just have a problem in your head.
Dio, apparently, I said in an episode that was unreleased.
Yeah. But why Dio? Do you because see the thing is I was reminding her, like I was reading a Reddit post about
Mm,
villains in anime, and I was telling her like, see, they're mentioning Dio, and then I mentioned to her the things that Dio apparently has done, and she's like, really? He did that? Wait, let me check. You mean? So yeah, what were the things that you saw that apparently Dio did?
so, see, the thing is with Dio is he really is just inherently evil. He just does things because he does have violent intentions to them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for example, when if I'm remembering it correctly, so Jojo is his brother, step brother. I don't remember how they're related, but I'm so bad. But yeah, the point is Jojo, the first Jojo was like really happy with his life, and because he was just happy, Dio decides to his girlfriend, for example, just
What?
to, yeah, just because, like, how dare you be happy that you have a lover. And then like another thing that Dio did was
Mm.
like when Jojo was like really happy again about, well, he was
Again?
this, but this was like when he was younger, so this was different instances. So when he was younger, he had a dog, and then he burns the dog in an incinerator while he's alive. Yeah, this
Yeah,
morbid stuff. So it was something that you mentioned in the Reddit post where he was, because
about the baby.
about the baby. Yeah, so this was when he was turning people into like this vampire empire or something, or zombie empire, I don't really recall. And because the mother was an unalive person, she ended up eating her own baby, and he watched for fun.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think anything
Mm.
on my list tops that, honestly, because like I'm just looking at it now and it's I mean the only one that is close would be King Fritz, I guess, from Attack on Titan.
Mm.
But otherwise I don't think because like King Fritz also made their daughter eat Ymir to get the Titan power, something like that, right? When
Uh-huh,
she
yes,
died.
yes.
Yeah. See, you remember Attack on Titan. Good. At least.
How do you know I'm not
And
the
what
same?
else?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Just confirming. And who else? Like I remember top of our list as always is Shu Tucker from
Yeah,
Full Metal.
this is sadism. I sent you a TikTok, but basically, I don't remember if it's Japan or, but there's a country that
Mm.
has started experimenting with mixing human and animal DNA.
I think this has been a thing for quite some time because I remember stem cells. They were doing pig
Yeah, but that's,
DNA
yes, yes,
something
yes, yes,
and
yes.
monkey's heart for
Yeah.
like transplant, organ transplant. So yeah, but still, like
Mm.
the idea itself is a bit horrifying because like it's not just any dog. And it's not just
Yeah.
like any human, it's his daughter and their dog
Mm.
that he combined. So yeah, so I remember Hisoka, something that comes into mind. That guy who
Hisoka,
gets
yeah.
but see the thing is with Hisoka,
I can't really
likes
say he's bad. I don't know.
he just gets turned on whenever he sees someone getting strong.
Yeah,
Like remember him getting I don't want to say the term, but like getting turned on with just the thought of Gon being stronger in the future. And he's
exactly.
like that face. He became a pervert in the anime.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
so
true.
weird.
But I think it was, but when the Crimea Ant arc was the last season of Hunter x Hunter that we have, correct? In the anime.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
feel like if Hisoka was in it, it's less. Like I remember Hisoka was worse during the 90s version.
Is he worse? What was?
Worse in the sense of they were more suggestive of his pervertedness.
Oh, really? I don't
Yeah.
remember. I
But I
thought
think we watched different versions.
no. I've seen the '90s version and I've also
Mm.
seen the latest. But the thing is, obviously, the '90s version has been wiped out from my brain now because the
Yeah.
thing that I remember most is the 2011,
Yeah.
right? Because I like if I can still remember the distinctiveness of how the animation looked like how they look softer in the new
Hmm.
anime version. And like we discussed this before, like how it was more lighthearted because there was a scene about the Kurapika's chains.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was so morbid in the '90s
In the
version
90s
compared
version.
to
Correct.
the 2011. Because here it was just like his chibi mode. He was explaining that yeah, I started imagining chains, doing it, incorporating it in my daily life, something like that. But it wasn't like that in the '90s version
90s
because it
version.
was more, more
Yeah.
dark.
The Crimea Ant, he would be one of those that he's not, he's an antagonist, but not, I don't know, actually both. He really was a villain. He really liked seeing,
People die.
yeah, people die and being tortured. People and actually everything and everyone. But it's like when he fell in love, that's when he kind of had a heart.
Had some humanity,
Yeah,
you
had
know?
some humanity. Yeah. So
Because
it's sort of villain turned antagonist,
or
like less
yeah, less
bad.
bad. Because like I remember there were scenes of Meruem when he was, I'm sorry for this term, eating the human meatballs. Like
Mm.
his face was so gruesome, like
Hmm.
super like so evil. But then again, what was the name of the blind girl? I forgot.
Something with a K, I think. Forgot her
Komori,
name.
something. I forgot. But
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah, then he fell in love, and then it was all good. Even Pito, actually, he was so evil in the beginning, like when he killed Kite. But towards
Mm.
the end, it became different. I don't know. Like there's a lot of character development. Meruem had three royal guards, right?
Mm.
The Pito is the one who looks like a cat, and then the butterfly one. I
Yeah.
forgot his name.
Yes.
Shucks. But that guy was the only one who was still evil towards the end.
Mm.
And I forgot his name. And who else? I think the biggest villain in Hunter x Hunter is Jing.
The biggest.
it's always it's always goes back to Jing. The story wouldn't happen if not for Jing. Yeah, but anyway, kidding aside, while I was browsing earlier, I've been seeing a lot of Mahito entries from Jujutsu Kaisen, but the thing is, I didn't get to finish season 2.
Me too.
I don't know, for some reason like I am stuck at episode 4 or 5. It just
Mm.
doesn't resonate well with me. But let's see. One day I will find the time to just get it on, like finish it, and that's it. And
Mm.
who else? Which other villains or who can you remember?
Do Flamingo.
Okay, Doflamingo. I remember when we recorded this with Vish, he did mention Doflamingo, but we were both like, why? Because we haven't seen One Piece yet that time when he mentioned it.
Yeah.
So we were a bit clueless. But why
You
did you mention Doflamingo?
compared to his brother, like he was always inherently not just spoiled, but he had this entitlement to lives of people because he was one of the celestial dragons, and none of the celestial
Mhm.
dragons care about human
Human
life.
lives.
I mean, not none. I mean, I know there are those special exceptions, right? But they don't really care about human life, and Doflamingo was was born into that, and he had that mindset, and when his family left the celestial dragons, he still felt entitled to human life. And it's still like, even now that he's not a celestial dragon, he has taken it up till his adulthood.
I remember he has a very famous quote: kids who grew up in war has a different upbringing compared to kids who grew up in peace. Something
Mm,
like that. I forgot his famous quote, but yeah. And yeah, he is evil. Like, we can definitely tell. He even wanted his dad to die because, like, why did you bring us here? Like, we should be staying up there in the where the celestial dragons are.
yeah.
So yeah, and he's just evil in that sense. And it's weird that he's
Mm,
always wearing those glasses.
yeah.
Because like I tried researching like images of Doflamingo without his glasses, and even when he was a kid, he has
You
had
had
the
glass.
glasses. So yeah, I couldn't find any, and I think Oda also confirmed that he never drew Doflamingo without his glasses. But imagine if his eyes looked so weird, like, ah, that's why you're wearing glasses, so you just keep them on.
Or imagine he's like super handsome without them. Like,
I mean, you already have a
uh,
crush on Doflamingo. Remember when we were talking about that? And
yeah.
imagine who's this Taz being casted
Yeah.
as
Because for
Doflamingo
me, he
instead of
does
Sanjin.
have, yeah, for me, he does have more of Doflamingo's face.
The vibe,
Like, yeah.
he can pull off. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's okay as Sanji. But speaking of One Piece villains, girl, I hate Orochi so much. Like, his laugh, whenever I hear his laugh, I just want to strangle him, I swear.
Remind me who Orochi is again.
I knew it. I knew it! With your blank face! I knew it! I had to remind you. Orochi is the one in Wano arc, the snake. The
Ah, okay, Kalas.
You remember
Yes,
the
yes.
one who took the what do you call this? The seat of
Of
what was
the
this guy's name?
of
Oda. No, not
yeah,
Oda.
not no
Shucks.
no the blue one. What's this? The one whose head got cut off, basically. Yes,
No,
right?
not the blue. That's the wife, the blue-haired one. Shucks. Ah, what's the name of the dad of Momonosuke? Odin.
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 Yeah,
Yeah. Remember? So Odin was supposed to be the
yeah,
shogun, and
yeah,
then he took the seat from
yeah, yeah,
Odin,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Orochi.
Yes,
So
yeah. His head gets cut off, right? With when he got mad that, what's his name? One of the emperors.
Kaido.
When Kaido took over, he was mad, like, I'm supposed to be the emperor, da da da, and then Kaido cuts his head
Yeah.
off. Yeah,
But I think he was still alive, and then he got
yeah, yeah.
killed by someone else. The
Hmm.
blue haired guy, you said,
Yeah.
which was the sister of Momonosuke. But anyway, I
Mm.
hate his laugh. I swear, like whenever I would hear him talk, I just wanna I don't like I want to fast forward, mute, or just kill him altogether. I don't know because his voice was so annoying. Like, out of all the villains or antagonists in One Piece, I hate his voice the most. Like, it's like you're squealing a rat or something, like that. Anyway, and the celestial dragons are also, you know, annoying and
Yeah.
evil, like pure evil, because they just. I remember the part of Fishman Island where they shot the queen. I forgot her name. They didn't shot the queen, but the way that they were treating Fishman is
Yeah.
just weird.
Yeah.
I saw this on Reddit that if you remove the annoying laugh and the vibe of One Piece, all of the villains in One Piece are actually horrible.
True.
Like, I remember Crocodile in Alabasta arc,
Mm.
like the way that they were taking the dance powder. Because I remember it's very much similar here in Dubai, like cloud seeding. I was like, oh,
Ah,
that's
yes.
powder.
Yeah, yeah,
Reminds me of Dubai because it's a
Like,
desert and they needed the rain. If someone needs the rain, other parts of the country will not have rain. Something like that. Very much like UAE. Reminds me of that.
cloud seeding.
Yeah, no, it's true. It happens,
Yeah.
right?
But
In
it's
life.
controlled. Like, I mean, we don't do it all the time.
Yeah, it is, but still, like the dance powder is in the clouds.
Yeah.
That's why it rains. Speaking of more villains, I really feel like Attack on Titan has a lot of those good villains. I mean, villains
Mm.
that they have their own motive. Like, for example, Gabby, when she shot Sasha, I was like, this kid shot Sasha. Why is she still there? Why is she still alive? But when you think about it, like She's just a kid who became a soldier who was trained to kill aliens, So like it's not
Mm.
like she's evil, it's just that that's how she grew up in. Then
Mm.
eventually she became part of the aliens, right? She
Yeah.
became somehow good. And also for Zeke,
Yes.
I wrote it down. I remember he wanted to euthanize. Is it to
Mm-hmm.
kill aliens? Something like that. Why about the 20% instead of the 80? Because
Yeah.
he thought it's better for, the world and all. But that's not what Aaron thinks. It's the other way around. Kill the
Yeah.
80% for the 20% to remain.
Mm.
Anyone else you want to mention? Or that you can remember?
No. No, you just reminded me when you were talking about the kid who was killing all the Eldians and stuff, like Ollie from Game of Thrones when he kills Jon Snow.
Who?
Ollie. He's the kid that kills
Ah,
Jon Snow.
ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And everyone hated him.
And Jon Snow became like he was respawned anyway.
Mm. Yeah.
Right? That was it.
Yes,
He
yes.
was respawned. So speaking of Game of Thrones, yeah. He respawned. What? It's true. Right? He came back to life. What about Full Metal Alchemist, the homunculus? Like the seven deadly sins?
Yes.
I think I
Well,
mentioned that as well in the Bish episode that
mm.
is deleted.
But the thing is, they are meant to be evil anyway. Like, they are sins.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, it's just ironic how they died as well. Do you
Yeah.
remember how they died? Like it's all so ironic. Like for example, Lust died because a man killed her, which
Yeah.
is Roy Mustang, and then you have Gluttony, who was eaten by
Mm.
Pride because Pride was so hungry for power, and he wanted to have more power. Envy, he did suicide
Yeah.
after realizing that he was envious of humans. That's
Yeah.
why he's envy. You have Sloth. Sloth was so funny because he was just tired of living. He's like, just let me die. Like I'm tired. Yeah, and then who else? Wrath. Wrath
Mm.
was King Bradley, right? And he was
Yeah.
killed by a serial killer who was filled with rage, which was Scar. I think for Pride, Pride stood for something that he thinks is lower, which is means that he's lowering his pride. And last but not the least is Greed. He dies. This one is a bit weird. He dies when he realized that all he needed was his friends.
Yeah.
Not anything, not power, not money and stuff. It's just nakama power. It's the power of friendship, that saved Greed. And he's the only one who lived afterwards. And I remember Father. I think he's the true villain in
Mm.
obviously in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Because imagine he built a whole civilization or like a whole city just to destroy it
Yeah.
because of the what do you call this? The door of truth, something
Yes, yes.
which that was the plot. So guys, if you still haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist or any of the shows that we haven't mentioned,
Oh, she's
spoiler
talking about,
alert.
by the way, she's talking about Brotherhood,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just Full Metal Alchemist, because that's
yeah.
also different.
FMAV.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was saying spoiler alert. At this point of the episode, which we're already almost done,
Ah,
I
true,
wanted
true.
to mention All for One in My Hero Academia, but we both have this certain level of dislike for MHA. Like I liked
Yeah.
it in the beginning, but eventually I was like, nah, this is not for me.
I mean, see, look, if I forget the shows that I actually like, can you imagine the show I don't like? It's gone. I don't know.
Girl,
I watched like 4 seasons and I don't know any. I don't remember anything.
because like I was trying to remember who's the villain in each show just so we can
Mm.
discuss. What about Pain? Okay, let's talk about Naruto this time because there's a lot of villains in Naruto that hasn't been talked about in
Mm.
this, at least in our podcast, like Orochimaru, you have Pain, Akatsuki, and then you have Itachi
Oh man, this is a whole other conversation.
episode.
Naruto
Right?
villains, just Naruto villains. Yeah. So on a side note, Akash, Muhammad, and I, we had the sleepover. And then because Muhammad's favorite anime of all time is Naruto, and of course, like Akash has been trying to get Maha to also watch like some anime and whatever, they were like, "Oh, you have to watch the first episode of Naruto." So they forced Maha to watch the first episode of Naruto.
And how was her reaction?
Oh, she liked it. She liked it. But you know, Maha, like she doesn't like the idea of characters dying and stuff. So she thought Iruka was gonna die. And then she was like, "See, already in the first episode," she started getting angry at us. Already in the first episode, they have a character where he realizes that he's blah 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 before he dies, and blah, 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 blah. And we're like, okay, okay,
Okay, speaking of Naruto villain,
okay.
Iyuka was
Yeah,
also, but he's in the first episode who accepted Naruto. Kurama
yeah,
as a villain.
yes.
And yeah, Naruto, that now that you mentioned it, Naruto has should have its own episode. Even One
Yeah,
Piece,
yeah,
even Attack on
actually.
Titan, you know?
True.
Yeah, but Naruto, I guess, like Itachi, like they have their own motives, but initially when you see them, you'll be like, oh my god, this guy is so evil. He killed his whole clan
Hmm.
without knowing that there was strings behind it, and he was just trying to save Sasuke from all of it, you
But
know?
I feel like with all, not all, with most of the, at least the main villains, I'm not talking about each member of the Akatsuki or anything. When I say, like, I'm talking about Madara, I'm talking about, like, the Pain, like, the ones that really pop up in Itachi, pop up in your head when you think about it. They become good later.
Towards
Like
the end.
Sasuke, yeah, like Sasuke, he also turns good towards the end.
Orochimaru.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I think a lot of them, you sort of see all of their motives. You see, you kind of understand where they're coming from and all of that stuff. And in the end, they all just like they become good in the end because the power of friendship or whatever.
Yeah, I still cannot believe that Orochimaru is a good person in Boruto. I was
Yeah.
like, man, this guy started a lot of things in Naruto, and now you're treating him like he's the, sweet person, calm person. Like, the heck? Have you watched Boruto?
I've
I forgot if you
seen.
did.
Yeah, I did, but I think I don't think I reached like season 2 or anything like that. Or
Mm.
maybe I did. I just don't remember.
I think for me, I've watched Boruto just because of the fan service. That was,
Mm.
let's say, for example, when you see Sasuke being a dad to Sarada, and then
Yeah.
when, like these episodes were the only ones that I was looking forward to. And I think it's only because of my connection to the Naruto series, not because, oh, I want
Mm.
to watch Boruto. Because honestly, the show was like, it's just meh in
Yeah.
comparison to Naruto. I know it's not a good thing to compare because it's different generation, but still,
True.
like, that's what we liked about Naruto. But imagine kids now saying, "Oh, there's a prequel of Boruto." Prequel. So yeah. Anyhow, yeah, we mentioned Itachi and that thingy.
Mhm.
Still makes me cry whenever I remember that. Your favorite line of pain, you know,
Yeah.
the world will know pain. Just. What else? What other shows? Dragon Ball. What about Dragon Ball? Boo. Imagine Boo was just pure evil, turning
Mm.
people into chocolates. But eventually, Majin Buu turned good. Frieza, the one who likes to, blow up planets. I forgot why he was blowing up planets. But anyway, if
Yeah.
I forgot, you should have forgotten too. So I'm not gonna ask you anymore what happened to Frieza. I swear, Amy. Who else? Ah, I remember now. One of the top villains that I wrote that was supposed to be in that episode with Vish was Makoto Shishio from
Mhm.
Rurouni Kenshin. If you watched it, have you watched
No.
Rurouni Kenshin? You should watch Samurai X. But the thing is, Samurai X became controversial because of the writer.
Why?
That I'm not sure when was this. I think maybe few years back. The author of Rurouni Kenshin was arrested
Because?
for having materials of child.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say the word. Don't want to be
Yeah.
banned in YouTube, but yeah,
Yeah.
for
Oh.
having child materials. So that's why. And that's why a lot of people stopped supporting the show. But then
Mm.
again, it got remastered, like I think 2 years back. So yeah. That's why I feel conflicted because the show is really good, but then again, the artists or the writers, like, you know, we
Mm.
actually should have an episode about that. I'm not sure
Controversial
if you
anime.
yeah, controversial anime and like their writers, like for example, even Neon, right?
Yeah.
Like the writer admitted to having depression or suffering from depression during the time that he wrote the show. That's why it's like that. It was
Mm.
never truly finished because he was going through something.
Yeah.
And yeah, this Hunter x Hunter. And honestly, there's one more recently. Was this Neil Gaiman? Have you heard about that?
Hmm. He's the
From this
one that did Coraline and Good Omens.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And he did The Sandman, Good Omens, Stardust, American Gods. Yeah, so these are the books that he wrote, but there's a lot of issues about him recently. So like like
Mm.
supporting the art, even though the artist is problematic. Like
Yeah.
yeah, we should have that
As an
as a
episode.
yeah. Speaking of villains, Muzan. How about Muzan? Michael
I re-
Jackson.
no, because I remember during MEFCC, right? Somebody asked what's his name? The guy I like from One Piece who plays Luffy.
Ah,
Godoy.
Inyaki.
Inyaki Godoy, yes. So see, if I
That's
can
why I
forget
like.
the name of a guy I like, then I will forget the show. So
Okay, tell
okay.
us.
So remember when during MEFCC and then they had the Q&A session and then
Mm,
he mentions like, oh, I've always wanted to play a villain, da 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 da. And then he goes and then my anime mom asks, oh, which villain would you portray? And then he goes,
that
oh,
anime mom.
yeah, sorry.
My anime
The,
mom.
the, that anime
Okay.
mom, she asks him like, "Oh, what villain would you portray?" And then he is like, "Oh, what's the worst villain? Which is the worst anime villain?" And then someone screamed Muzan, and he says Muzan. And then the anime mom was like, "No, no, 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 no!" And then she tells him something in his ear,
Mm.
and then he says, "Oh, okay, no, sorry, I take it back."
Yeah, I mean, Muzan is weird. Yeah, I mean, okay, to be fair, because like they have their own motives. He just wanted
Mm.
to go out in the sun. Sounds like he's been living in eternal darkness, so he wanted to play out in the sun. Does that sound so bad?
It's the things
Okay,
he
no.
did, I guess, in the
Yeah.
process.
Exactly, and justify the means. Like he keeps on killing people just to be able to find that cure to be able
I
to
guess
go
it
out in the sun.
depends. It depends on what the end is, I guess. Like, what is the purpose for you to be in the sun?
Sacrifice like a lot of people just to walk
Yeah,
under the sun.
I think
Okay,
the debatable part is what the end goal is here.
okay. Cause see, if I ask you which villain had a good motive or had the good ends justify the means, I will feel like you will just say, "Oh, I forgot. Tell me."
No, I will say Lelouch.
Okay, Lelouch. Wow,
Yeah,
thanks.
thank
At
you.
least you remember Code Geass.
Congratulations, congratulations.
Congrats. Congrats, Code Geass. Okay, Code Geass because of what do you call this? Lelouch. I think they have a new. I'm not sure if it's a remaster or continuation of Code Geass
Oh, really?
coming out. Yeah, I think there's a. We did mention few villains that had good and justifies the
Yeah.
means kind of thing, like Attack on Titan, Meruem. I know Meruem. He's just evil
No,
in
no,
the
no,
beginning.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, Kurama. He was just evil, but
Yeah.
then again, he became close friends with Naruto. 'Cause, you will see how he grew up. He was so cute when he was such a baby. When
Yeah.
he was still a baby, like Kurama was so cute. What a stuffed toy. See, it just keeps on recircling back into those titles. That's why, Amy, we need to start watching anime.
Yeah. But the thing,
I remember.
thing
Go.
like I would watch it and then I'll forget. So like, am I really watching? The
Yeah,
number, how many
makes sense.
anime have you watched? Zero. Right? I forgot
Yeah,
them
but
all.
did watch. We even had an episode for solo leveling.
Yes.
Imagine we had that episode. So okay, so you see, guys, off screen we were talking about doing a challenge, but I don't think it's gonna happen. The
Why?
anime watching challenge. You
It
will
will.
forget.
It will work. It will work. No, as long as we're within like if the time
A
span
week?
of me watching not a week, at least within
Wow.
the 6 month time span, I'll still remember details, and then slowly it'll fade depending on how memorable it was
Okay.
to me.
Okay, who's the main villain in Solo Leveling?
There was no main villain.
A trick question. Good. Okay, you passed the test.
That was more than 6 months. That was almost a whole year ago.
Hoy, no. Is it? October, November, December,
Was it
January,
October?
February, March, April. No, not October. I just remembered October. I don't know why. Because that was the last time we recorded an episode, I think. But yeah, it's more than 6 months
Yeah, it's
now.
like July or something.
Because we were planning to watch or like do an anime challenge. It was inspired from the Project Ubos backlog in another podcast that I frequently guest to. The idea of their challenge is to finish as many backlogs, video game backlogs that you have. But for us, we're going to be doing it as an anime challenge, but we haven't really discussed the mechanics yet. We were planning to pick two titles each of us, and then we will watch it and then discuss the shows that
Hmm.
we've watched. Because
And
like
if
we
a
were
person can't finish it within that specific time frame, there's a challenge.
yeah, there's a there's a challenge like I don't know, eating something while doing the podcast, eating something spicy, like something like that, something fun. So
Yeah.
we're still cooking it, and hopefully we will be able to do that challenge. And
Yes.
let's see, because we do watch anime, but like I don't know, from time
Mm,
to time, I just need a motivation, I guess, to really watch. Because right now, yeah, as I mentioned, I'm watching Sakamoto Days. But other than that, I really cannot get the motivation to finish Jujutsu Kaisen season
yeah,
2.
me too.
Even Doctor Stone. Have you watched the latest season of Doctor Stone? No. Until which season have you watched? Do you even remember? Season 1. Girl, you did a recap
Yeah,
of of Doctor Stone before
un,
season 3 came out.
so there till there.
Seasons 1 and 2. Okay, fine. It's just so absurd now that they keep on making random inventions just like that compared to season 1 where they were explaining how to do this, how to make this. And it's just so like I mean, okay, fine. The premise of the show is really unrealistic anyway,
Mm.
but it's just more unrealistic now.
No, because as you get more progressive in
Mm.
technology, as it advances, things get faster to make.
Okay, I get that. But for example, there is this character there who is very strong, like the brown haired guy.
Yeah.
Because there's three of them, right, in the beginning. Senku, the brown haired guy, and then the girl, right?
Mm.
Like they're the trio, friendship trio. There was a part where all of their bodies were petrified again, and then they were thrown into the sea. Okay? So now they needed someone to pick up all of those body parts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they made an oxygen mask um for someone to be able to swim down and take the bodies. So what they did is they got Taiju, that's his name, Taiju,
Yeah.
to be revived. They revived Taiju, and then he started swimming under the water without an oxygen mask and just collecting people from underneath. I was like, huh? Like it doesn't make sense anymore. Like, yeah, okay, fine. Anime
Mm-mm.
doesn't need to make sense, but still, like when your immersion is broken,
Yes, yeah. I know, I understand what you're saying, yeah.
it's hard to justify what's happening. Because, like, for example, for Naruto,
Mm.
it's Ninja World.
Yeah.
Obviously, you cannot walk on top of the water, but somehow they have an explanation for it that we know the chakra is on the feet, so they can
Mm-hmm.
walk, they can run on water. Like, there's some sort of explanation. But there, it's just like, oh yeah, because he's superhuman, he has huge lungs. Like, huh? You know what? That's why it's a bit frustrating to watch it. So I was like, let's see if I will get the motivation. So yeah, that's why we're doing the anime challenge. Sorry,
Yes.
I was rambling
No,
a lot.
no. So you're introducing the anime challenge. It's fine.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Anything else you want to add, Amy, before we wrap
Mm,
up this episode?
nothing.
Yeah. So we need to constantly record a podcast episode so that the memories of the animes that we watched are gonna be fresh. And guys,
Yes.
please do look forward to our giveaway. We will be doing a giveaway for our anniversary, which is technically the time that this episode will be released will be past that. But yeah, Yeah, I should have thought of that. Do follow us on our socials at the Ara Ara channel on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And do join our Discord server. The link is in our bio, and also our Reddit subreddit for UAE anime community. Anything you
Yes.
want to promote, Amy?
You can follow me at just Amy Thing on Instagram and TikTok. That's all.
And yeah, and follow me as well at Bibs Black Mage. So again, guys, don't forget to check out Otaku ME. Check out their Gundams and anime toys, whatever that you need for your hobby. Use our code OME Ara Ara to get 10% off on your purchase. So yeah, thank you again, guys, for listening and watching this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye!
Ara, ara.